City Wrestling.
Oh yeah! Happy Thanksgiving week, everybody, and welcome to Grind City Wrestling. I am Dustin Starr. Be sure to follow us on social media at Grind City Media, wherever you're listening or wherever you're watching, especially right here on YouTube. Check out the archives, grindcitymedia.com/podcast. Last week, we got all caught up on the news in professional wrestling, and we also got you prepared for AEW Full Gear, or at least thought we did. This week is WWE Survivor Series. You can watch absolutely free at Dave and Buster's in Memphis. Plus, the world of wrestling has lost its freaking mind. And Devin, I'm going to tell you exactly why here in just a moment. Eric's too busy to join us this week, but it's still bell time. So introducing my co-host, my tag team partner. You can follow him on social media at Devin_Walker2, and you'll be happy that you did. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Devin Walker, baby. What's up, D?
It's a great week, man. It's a big week in wrestling. It's kind of like one of those kind of sleeper weeks, right? I think Survivor Series is one of the big four shows for me because it's different. And then we get War Games, so I'm excited to talk about this week. Then we had some crazy shit happen last week. We got to talk about. We had somebody go viral this week. We got a lot of shit to discuss, man. Let's hop into it.
I can't wait. And first of all, where are you? What's up? What's new? It's Thanksgiving week. You look like you're on the road.
Yeah, I'm in Houston, man. Quick trip to Houston. We play the Rockets tonight, and I'll be back tonight. I'll be back tomorrow for Thanksgiving. Then we got to lock in. We got a big weekend. We got a game on Friday and a game on Sunday. So, yeah, another day on the road.
I believe this podcast drops on Friday. So everybody that's watching and listening, we hope you had a very happy Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving weekend is going to be absolutely fantastic. Last weekend, we had a packed house at the Wrestle Center for Memphis Wrestling, and we have one final television event this year. It's going to be on Sunday, December the 10th. We've got Warhorse coming. You've seen Warhorse on AEW. You don't know who Warhorse is?
I don't know who Warhorse is.
Well, I know that you know who WWE Hall of Famer, the Boogie Woogie Man, handsome Jimmy Valiant.
I do know who that is.
He's coming, and that's coming up Sunday, December 10th. And the reason that I mention that is because this week is Black Friday. Also, it is Cyber Monday, so be on lookout. Head over to memphiswrestling.tv and see how you can save on those tickets. Final television taping of the year. Packed house on Sunday. Big shout out to Josh Alexander and Eric Young. They were absolutely awesome. Can't wait to see them coming up on Memphis Wrestling. All right, but coming up on today's podcast, it is Thanksgiving week. So we're going to share what we're thankful for in professional wrestling. That should be interesting. Also, WWE Survivor Series is this Saturday. We're going to preview that. See all the rumors and all the drama that comes along with it. And it is really thick by now. And finally, we're going to hit you with some hot topics. But first, it's the best wrestling that you watched all week. Devin, you're up first.
If I want to be like a mega homer, I can give a shout out to the Grizzlies, because I don't know if y'all saw, but in honor of Thanksgiving, the TurkeyTaker made another appearance. It just so happened this year, bro, with something that we do every single year. It goes viral. It's on every wrestling page ever. They're like, is this what the Grizzlies do? Like, yes. We add an element to wrestling always. It just so happened this time we played Boston. So there's Boston writers that tweeted about it, and it goes viral. So shout out to the Memphis Grizzlies Game Op squad for going viral on that. Shout out to the TurkeyTaker who laid down a nice little tombstone on the turkey.
Devin, and I missed it, man, on Sunday. I know you're talking about Sunday. The TurkeyTaker made his return to FedEx Forum in the form of Grizz dressed as the Undertaker, taking out another turkey. But man, on Sunday, we had Memphis Hustle basketball, we had Memphis Grizzlies basketball, and Memphis wrestling all happening at the same time.
Yeah, it was crazy. A lot going on. But yeah, so that's easy to do. Like, be a homer, give shout out to my people. And I could also give it to the possible return of Randy Orton. That's an easy one. But I'm going to leave it here, Fox. And this is going to lead into what I'm thankful for wrestling, right? Last week when we ended the show, I asked, what am I excited for All Out? And what did I say? Whatever that pay-per-view is called, Full Gear, whatever the hell it's called. You asked me what am I excited about, and I
Swerve.
said
It was Swerve, wasn't it?
Swerve versus Adam Page, right? Texas Death Match. How far can they push the needle, right? The match comes, and I'm like, okay, this is your typical, they beat the shit out of each other. Then we get the staple gun. I'm like, whoa. He starts stapling him stuff to his face, and I'm like, whoa. And then he grabs Swerve, pulls him over, and starts drinking his blood, bro.
Now, those of you who did not see it, Devin is not exaggerating, because I had to leave Dave & Buster's just a little bit early because we had TV taping the next morning. I'm getting there at 8:30, 9 o'clock. I got to go to bed, bro. But on my way back to my house, Texas Death Match is going on, and I'm reading the tweets, and I'm like, what does that mean? He's drinking his blood. Dude, Hangman Page laid down and pulled Swerve's head, and literally the blood is dripping into his mouth. It's all over his face. It was the most disgusting thing that I've ever seen in professional wrestling. Devin, seriously, is that too far?
So that's the thing. Like, that's what I want to have the discussion. I think that's a big thing. Is like, is that too far? Like, how far is too far? Right in wrestling, I think the line is right here, and we may have gotten right. We're right here, 5-star. Like, man, it was wild.
Come on. He's literally drinking the dude's blood. If it's not bad enough that he's stapling stuff to his face, and then afterwards Swerve showing just how badass he is by stapling himself like he's not feeling it, he's in another zone, and he probably was. But drinking the dude's blood?
That's the next level, bro. Yeah, so that was wild. And I think that match held up to what I expected it to be as far as the Texas Death Match goes. And then we see Swerve go over, and that lets me know, bro. And for me, I'm so happy for Swerve because he got fired from WWE 2 years ago. He came out in the red and black trunks as a tribute to Bray Wyatt, right?
That's another thing on the internet. Was it a tribute to Bray Wyatt, or was it a tribute to the hardcore legend, the icon Terry Funk? I've seen both of them. Either way, super cool.
I think he posted about it was a tribute to Bray. I think Swerve did. Okay. Because I think they worked together back then. So he was like, yo, shout out to my dog Bray. I had to do it for you, kind of thing. So that was a part of it. And I think this let the world know, bro, that Swerve is a freaking superstar, man. And I know what Prince Nana has something to do with it too, because he comes out, because the dynamic of them two, with Nana's always dancing, and he's just like, yo, this is serious business.
He had a dance group with him though for the intro, right? Yeah. So he actually had dancers out there with him, Swerve doing the thing, and that's perfect timing because this Saturday and Friday on Memphis Wrestling, Prince Nana makes his debut. And let me tell you, your boy got a little dancing in with Prince Nana. Wow. Yeah, the whole entrance and everything made Swerve look like a big superstar. Also going head-to-head with Hangman Adam Page, who, gosh, is like one of the top guys that they've had, homegrown talent. But does this look like the Elite is kind of on the outside looking in now? Because there were discussions this week that the Young Bucks are gone, that they're going to take some sort of hiatus. Also, I told you I was going to tell you about the wrestling world going crazy, right? Yeah. And lost their mind. That was one of the things I was talking about. And last week, Hangman Page cut the promo on Prince Nana and Swerve about stealing his weed from his pockets after getting it from the high schoolers in the parking lot, or whatever the quote was. But then I think we really talked about it. But NWA, the National Wrestling Alliance, were snorting coke.
They were
on their pay-per-view. So you've got the mention of marijuana, you got the drinking of blood. Now you've got this other company that's snorting coke on television or on pay-per-view. What the hell is going on in 2023 in the world of wrestling?
I think we're trying to. I told you, bro. We're blurring the lines again, bro. We're. I mean, I guess in reality, you want to drink somebody's blood. Or in reality, I mean, people would do coke, but like, I think we're getting to the point where, like, bro, let's make this shit real again. Like this, like the days of when wrestling was the most popping, bro. I think like we talk about all the time how like wrestling now is probably the most popular now than it's ever been. And I think that's people trying to capitalize on it. Let's keep going over the top. Let's keep doing things that push the envelope. Because we've been doing wrestling for the last like 100 years, right? There's always a way to do wrestling. But how do we do wrestling in a different way? And I think this is what they're doing. They're trying to push the envelope. I love it. It's some of it's a little out of pocket. But I love out of pocket bullshit. 5-star.
All right, so Devin's best wrestling that he watched all week was the Texas Death Match. Hangman Adam Page, Swerve Strickland, Adam Page drinking Swerve's blood, one of the most disgusting things that I've ever seen. All right, so obviously that's going to be the best wrestling that I watched all week as well. Just the shock value and everything. And I mentioned NWA and their shocking segment where they were snorting coke. Big congratulations to them. They're now on the CW app. You can watch NWA Power. There was a whole big story of rumors about where they were going to land. I think they have a couple of more announcements to make, but they are officially on the CW app. So I have to change the best wrestling that I watched all week. And I'm going to hit you with this one, Devin.
Okay.
Best wrestling that I watched all week was Tony Khan's major announcement.
Oh, no.
And I'm using sarcasm very thick here.
Okay, I was about to say, dude. Like,
I'm being very sarcastic. Let me ask you, Devin.
Why is that your best wrestling?
Because I have to talk about this because you already took mine. How in the world is your major announcement somebody that's already wrestling in the company? Like, Will Osprey is cool and all, but when you're going to give us this big announcement, the signing of somebody that's the best wrestler in the world, somebody that everybody respects as far as the fans and everybody in the locker room, this dude has already had, what, a dozen matches on AEW? Yeah. Like, he's not new. That's not a
for me, bro, I thought he was already signed. I thought he was already.
I thought he was working in between Impact and AEW or whatever, but that is not. So I'll tell you, it's the boy who cried wolf. And I wasn't already there. I'm sorry, because I thought it was cool that Christian Cage. I thought the Big Show announcement was cool. I thought some of these announcements that he's making is pretty cool. But this one is like, hey, I've got a major announcement. Eric's not going to be here today. Or I got a major announcement. Devin's the co-host of this podcast right now. Like, what? We already knew Will Osprey was with AEW, so I'm not exactly sure what the big deal was, but yeah, that was kind of fell flat.
That was definitely lame, for sure.
Kind of fell flat for me just because I thought he was already there. It was like, oh, that's it? Okay. Also, in more AEW news, you know that AEW Collision went head-to-head with SmackDown.
Bad idea.
You know how that went?
So I'm pretty sure you have the numbers. As you sip your WWE coffee mug.
SmackDown, 2.2 million. Collision, 250,000.
That's horrible.
Bro.
That's bad.
Not even close, especially coming off the heels of Powerhouse Hobbs saying that AEW is on the same level, that AEW has beat WWE in the ratings previously and stuff like that. I just wish that they would keep all of that out of their mouths and just do their thing. Anything else to add to that before we get on to WWE Survivor Series?
I think that's it. I think as far as AEW goes, find a way to capitalize on the momentum, because we talk about the shock value, right? There's so many people that was talking about that pay-per-view because of what Swerve and Adam Page did, right? So how do you capitalize off that? And I think that's their big thing now, because we talk about it all the time, bro. Like, the AEW, they're the roller coaster ride. They were doing this. They're doing this. I think when CM Punk's last show, they hit the top of the roller coaster. And since then, 5-star, we've been rattling our ass all the way down, right? Just rattling down. So how do you get back to that point where you're coming back up? I think if you use it, you capitalize the right way, you could be on the way back up. But for now, bro, their roller coaster's doing this. It's like doing this a little bit. So that's probably my last thing on the AEW front.
All right, well, let's talk about WWE Survivor Series. It's coming up this Saturday night. You can watch absolutely free at Dave & Buster's in Memphis. I will be there. Also, big news coming out of Memphis Wrestling. We have re-signed Dave & Buster's, so they're going to be with us all of 2024. So these watch parties will continue. And then also it includes a live event that I'll have some information for you coming up real soon in February. Memphis Wrestling will have a live event inside Dave & Buster's here in Memphis. But here's the card. I'm going to tell you the card. I'm going to give you a little bit of the drama. And Devin, you've got to tell me what's going to happen, okay?
Mm-hmm.
All right, so you've got the men's War Games match. It's Cody, Sami Zayn, Jey Uso, and World Heavyweight Champion Seth Rollins versus the Judgment Day. Now, you've got Drew McIntyre rounding out as the fifth man in the War Games match. On the other side, you heard Cody's promo on Monday Night Raw. He said that he's got an apex predator, somebody that he has a legacy with, somebody that might just hear voices in his head. It's pretty obvious. Drew McIntyre even posted, "Hello, darkness, my old friend," with him and Orton standing face to face. Randy Orton looks like he's going to come back at Survivor Series in this 5-on-5 match.
I love it. I'll just say there's one thing that was missing on that Cody promo. I wish his music would have hit.
If Orton was there,
yeah, I wish, because I know they want to capitalize on the crescendo of like him turning a Survivor Series. But I wish when Cody did all that, he's a part. We have a legacy, or he's the apex. When he would have did that, his music hits. He's behind the Judgment Day. He does a point or something like that. The show goes off. The show kind of just like went off.
Yeah.
Right?
It needed something more.
It needed something more. So I like Orton returning. I just think they did it weird. Yeah, I saw my first piece of Orton merch. They posted on WWE.com. It's all right. But I'm happy Orton's back, man. Orton's one of those ones. He's one of those ones. So I'm excited to see him back. The next question, 5-star, for you. For you. Will we hear CM Punk's music?
Okay, that's on the list. Shinske Nakamura. He has done to go to sleep. He cut a promo on, and of course, Corey Graves is always quoting CM Punk's promos and different things like that. So this is obviously, they are trolling us. They are making us think that maybe CM Punk will be there. Shinske Nakamura cuts a promo on Monday Night Raw saying that he's waiting. He's waiting for something. He's waiting for somebody. It was very vague, but it was a really good promo. Is Shinske Nakamura waiting on CM Punk?
I mean, I guess. I mean, if he's waiting for him, can you just like make sure he shows up?
Bro, Shinske Nakamura is right here kind of in the middle of the card on WWE. He's in a really good spot to where he's a heel. It doesn't matter if he wins or loses. You're going to hate him anyway. And by him calling out whoever it was that he's waiting on, if he gets to the ring and does that, and the music hits, I could totally see CM Punk coming out and making short work of Shinske Nakamura, only to help get to the next thing, which I think will eventually be WrestleMania. But also I've heard that Triple H is holding off till WrestleMania. But there are way too many quotes, way too many odd things going on, like using the go to sleep.
Yeah.
Way too many tea leaves to not get something from CM Punk. So even if it's not a match, I do think that we'll hear the music, and I do think CM Punk will return at WWE Survivor Series. What do you think?
I think as much as I hate it, I think it'll happen. I think at this point it's inevitable, bro. Like there's so many conversations. I will say, as far as like that goes, another question I want to ask you: are we going to see the debut of Jade? Because I've seen some reports about that where I don't know if they're true or not, but WWE apparently didn't watch her wrestle enough, and they don't think she's ready. So that's why she has a debut. I'm like,
how great is that story? All right, so Dave Meltzer has come out and said that they pumped the brakes on this Jade Cargill push because maybe they've seen her wrestle. And that's a true feeling, that they would sign somebody not knowing exactly how good they are in the ring, because they do have the best trainers in the world. They do have the best performance center in the world. They can teach her the things that she needs to know. But the telltale sign here is War Games match, Charlotte, Bianca, Becky Lynch, and Shotzi. Nothing against Shotzi.
Yeah, why Shotzi?
What doesn't belong here? Charlotte Flair, Bianca Belair, and Becky Lynch.
3 Hall
and you put Shotzi.
Yeah, so that means that Jay's probably gonna beat her up and then enter the match, maybe.
Man, I have no idea. That was a perfect spot to debut Jade Cargill on a major thing in the ring with all the greatest women's wrestlers in the world. Because on the other side is Bayley, Kairi Sane, Asuka, and the women's champion Io Sky. So, what's going on here? It looks like we're getting a pause on Jade Cargill.
But the thing is, like, okay, so let's talk about that. Do you think that's true? Because like for me, it's like if you're WWE, you know she's a big name, but obviously you watch her wrestle in AEW. But even if you don't think she can fully wrestle yet, you can do the Goldberg thing, bro. You can do this like job her out for a couple, you know what I'm saying? A couple weeks, Let her kind of build more on the Wrestle Center, get her some wins, rack up some easy dubs, hit her a little finisher a couple times. But like, it's just, I don't know. I don't know. I'm just fantasy booking now.
It would have been the perfect debut, I think, having her come out on the side of a Charlotte Flair, Bianca Belair, and Becky Lynch, especially with all the others on the other side. I mean, it just would have been a great spot, but maybe she's not ready. Maybe they have something else planned for her, but I do think that they're going to have something huge planned for Jade Cargill. And knowing WWE like I think I do, they would have Jade Cargill literally living in the Performance Center after a big debut or after a big announcement like she's coming. They would have her living in that Performance Center to get her ready. I know that Norman Smiley is one of the greatest trainers in the world that focuses on women's wrestling. Big shout out to the Big Wiggle, but he's been doing it for a long, long time, and I would expect that Jade Cargill will be ready. And that's her spot in that match. And that's my note. Where is Jade Cargill? Dave Meltzer talked about it, said maybe WWE doesn't think she's ready. That's the only thing that he can think of. Okay, we do have a women's championship match. Zoe Stark getting the opportunity at Rhea Ripley. I think that Zoe, unfortunately, her promo and stuff did fall flat. The attack or whatever the scene was that they did with Rhea Ripley, I don't think. And there is a big, what is this? How did you do that? Do you see that on your screen?
Big thumbs down. Yeah, look. Yeah. Oh, wow.
The big thumbs down. Not sure how you did that. But also the Intercontinental Championship match, Miz versus Gunther. I do like Miz. I like what they're doing with him, but obviously I think it's a setup for Gunther to just beat him.
Yeah, Miz hasn't won a match in like 5 years, I feel like. Like him and Cena are just putting people over. And I love it. But yeah. I just want to see what happens in the 2 War Games matches, right? Those are the big things. Those are the big 2 ones for me. Then if CM Punk comes back. Those are the 3. Those are the 3 things I'm looking forward to.
Those are the stories of WWE Survivor Series. So you can go ahead and tweet at us at Grind City Media. Let us know what you think's going to happen. Will CM Punk return? Will Randy Orton return? Will we see the debut somehow, some way of Jade Cargill? I do like the idea of knocking Shotzi out of there, but then that sets up probably a match with Jade and Shotzi. That could be that Goldberg type of win that you're talking about, one-on-one, bam, and then there she is right into the thick of things just as we're heading into, believe it or not, Royal Rumble right around the corner. And then after that, it's the road to WrestleMania. All right, let's talk about what we're thankful for. And we can take this as seriously as we want. What are we thankful for in the world of professional wrestling?
I think I want to say this as like tongue-in-cheek as possible, but I'm thankful for all these nerds, bro. I think they make this stuff more entertaining, right? The conspiracies, the deep digging, the deep dives. Like
there was one guy that there was a picture of CM Punk with an MMA fighter, and his record was like 11, 25, 23 or something weird like that. And they were like, hey, CM Punk is standing and taking a picture with him because that's showing he's going to come back on 11/25. Like, what?
Exactly, dude. I love you, Mark, so much, man. Y'all are the best.
There's a graphic of the cage match. And right through the grid on the cage match, if you zoom in really far, it looks like there might be some hands like this with the X's on them. I don't see it, but the fans are posting all sorts of stuff, acting like, did you see this? Did you see that?
That's what I'm thankful for in the wrestling world. All these marks, man. These marks make this shit so much more fun. Like, if we didn't have these marks on the internet, always searching for shit, always tweeting shit out, finding little notes. Like the mark. Okay, I hate to say this, but the marks are the reason why I love Sky Blue so much. Like, I didn't notice that till the marks were like, wait, they posted on Twitter. I'm like, wait, hold on now. Shout out Sky Blue. Like the marks are the reason why I love. Not that they're not the reason why I love wrestling, but they make wrestling more entertaining. Shout out to all you marks out there. Keep marking it up. I'm thankful for y'all.
You call them marks. I call them great wrestling fans. I love it, man. When I go to the Wrestle Center and I dab everybody up, I realize that I know almost everybody's name. When we go to FedEx Forum for a live event and they're chanting 5-star or Memphis Wrestling, throwing up the 5 in the sky, man, that is always awesome. Extremely thankful for the fans. We packed out the Wrestle Center again on Sunday. It was absolutely fantastic. They know all of the characters. They chant, they cheer, whether it's swole or show enough or wherever we are. If we're at an AEW event, a WWE event, they know they're extremely vocal. I am also thankful for all the awesome talent. I mean, there is some talent out there that have been working 20 years on the independents, and they just love it. And we're talking about marks and talking about fans. That is why I do what I do. I would not be doing a wrestling podcast or a wrestling company. And I know you wouldn't either. You wouldn't waste your time with it unless you were a mark for it and you loved it and you're just a big fan of it. And also, big shout out to King Cobra. I'm extremely thankful for King Cobra. King Cobra is one of those legends that just has never really gotten all the flowers that he deserves. And so I think it's my job to help him get those flowers because the guy is absolutely amazing, just such a legend. And hopefully one day he'll be at Memphis Grizzlies MLK Day game or something of that nature so the world and more people can see and shed light on what King Cobra's not only done in the professional wrestling world, but what he's done outside of the ring as well. So there's a lot to be thankful for. What's coming up this weekend, Devin?
Thanksgiving. We got Grizzlies. We got Grizzlies this weekend. So it'll be a packed weekend, man. We'll be watching Survivor Series on Saturday at some point. I think it's my off day, so I might be able to really lock in and watch Survivor Series. So I'm excited for that, bro. Grizzlies and wrestling, just like always.
This weekend on Memphis Wrestling, it is winner takes all. You've got the Lane Dynasty, Austin and Nikki Lane, defending the Internet Championship in an intergender tag team match against the Boss and MKZ. Mackenzie Morgan with the Women's Championship on the line. First time ever in the history of Memphis Wrestling. Championships will be on the line in a tag team match. You talked about it a couple of weeks ago. Feel like Memphis Wrestling has been on a roll. A couple weeks ago, we had the last man standing match with Tim Grind versus Simon of the Posse. Then last week, I don't know if you saw it, Memphis Street Fight. Kay Toomer and Mike Anthony beat the hell out of each other. And the big man, the master of Fat Jitsu, came out on top on that. And then this week is Prince Nana and winner takes all. Who you got? You got
hopefully MKZ in the Boss, man. But we'll see. I got one question. I got one beef from Memphis Wrestling before we get out of here. What's up with all these damn dynasties, bro? There only can be one dynasty. We got the Lang dynasty. Then we got the what's the other dynasty you got?
Well, you got the Roberts family legacy. So
Roberts family legacy. Yeah. All these dynasties and legacies. Y'all get your shit together.
Maybe we need to just put them in the ring. Get them in the ring and settle the score.
Who is the top dynasty in the company? Y'all fight it out. Let's do this.
There's a lot going on Memphis Wrestling. Lot coming up for Memphis Wrestling. Check this out.
Don't miss Memphis Wrestling Live to close out the year. Next Friday, December 1st, Memphis Wrestling returns to Brighton, Tennessee for one of the biggest fundraisers of the year, benefiting Brighton Baseball and Brighton Softball. Reserve your seat today. Sunday, December 10th is our final TV taping of 2023, and it's the biggest one yet. It's our annual Grind City Rumble featuring Warhorse. Plus, you can celebrate the holidays with WWE Hall of Famer Handsome Jimmy Valiant. Advance tickets are available now. Be on the lookout for a huge announcement to kick off 2024. All tickets are on sale now. Get yours right now at memphiswrestling.tv.
And that's all the time we got this week on Grind City Wrestling. Devin, you got to be in the house on Sunday, December 10th. It's the final television taping of the year for Memphis Wrestling. The Boogie Woogie Man, and we got to teach you who Warhorse is.
Yeah, teach me. You got to teach me, bro. I have no idea who that is.
We need to have him on the pod. Let's have him on the pod.
Don't know who that is, bro. Have him on the show. I can learn who it is. But yeah, I'm excited, man. I might be there. I might have to come to like the second and third taping because I love just being able to watch it on Saturday and be surprised, you know? So, I like to be shocked.
ProWrestlingTees.com/Memphis Wrestling. It is a Black Friday and Cyber Monday sale. Save money on these t-shirts and also save money on those tickets.
Maybe in 2024, Dustin will finally listen to me and make some vintage-looking Memphis Wrestling t-shirts. Maybe one day he'll listen to me.
It's a little bit harder than it looks, brother. We are on it. We are on it for the holidays. Anyways, we are all out of time. Thank you for joining us here on Grind City Wrestling. I am Dustin Starr. He is Devin Walker, baby. Wishing you a great Thanksgiving week and weekend, and we'll see you next week right here on GCN. Yeah. Look at that. That's that new. We are working on some new stuff, too.
I'm excited. Let's go.